Hello and welcome to our Wax Resist workshop today. My name's Hannah and I work at Flying Fish Studio in Sheffield, and this is our second of 5 future Endeavours workshops. So today the materials that we'll need are some watercolour paper, some watercolours, we'll need a pot of water, if you have it, a ruler and some masking tape. You'll also need a paintbrush, and again, only if you have it, you might want a thin paintbrush as well. Then of course you'll need some form of wax, because we're doing wax resist today. So that could be in the form of an oil pastel, so it can be any colour of oil pastel you like. I prefer white just because then it creates a blank space on the paper rather than a coloured space. You'll hear a little bit more about that later, how the wax works. So either a white oil pastel, because oil pastels contain oil and wax as well as the pigment of the colour, or we can just use a candle. So I've just got a bit of a candle here, and then I'm just going to use the bottom end to draw onto my paper. So what we're going to start off by doing, I've got an A5 piece of watercolour paper here, but you can do whatever size you like. And the types of pieces that we can create today are ones like this. Okay, so you can do any pattern or design that you would like to. This is just one example. And wherever you can see where the paint hasn't gone onto the paper, so where these white patterns are, that's where I put the wax. Okay, I'll hold that up nice and close. So the reason for this is that wax is hydrophobic, which basically means it fears water. Hydro is water and phobic means fear of. And what it does is the wax repels the water, and it's the water that's got the colour in, so it repels the water and the colour away from wherever you've drawn the wax. Okay, so that's how this works. So what we'll do is, you could see on this one I had a little bit of a border all the way around the outside. I really enjoy putting masking tape on for that really clean, neat, finished edge. So what I'm going to do, and this is totally optional, it's just if you want an edge to your piece. So I'm getting some masking tape. Make sure you do this on a surface where it doesn't matter if you get a little bit painty. Again, wear clothes you don't mind if they get paint on. And also you might like to do this on newspaper just so it doesn't ruin the table that you're working on. I know that my art studio table's absolutely fine with masking tape, but do put newspaper down underneath if you're not sure. So I'm just peeling the masking tape. I've chosen how far I want it away from the edge. So I've done about half covered, the masking tape's covering half paper and half table. And I'm going to do that all the way around so that I've got an even border. I'm sticking it on nice and straight. It's lovely to see that so many people are joining us. You might like to craft along with me, or it might be that you want to listen and then you'll have ideas and be inspired for creating later on. So I'm just sticking all of this down. I'm sticking it really firmly down so that the watercolour, when it's applied, doesn't run underneath the masking tape. So it's creating that barrier, that physical barrier. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, like I said, because the wax is hydrophobic and it doesn't mix with water, that's what we're going to use as our resist. So it resists the water. And you can draw whatever pattern you'd like on here. I would advise that you did something that wasn't too detailed, just because sometimes when you apply the wax and then pop the watercolour over the top, it sometimes doesn't work perfectly. And so, for example, if you did a bee, if you wanted to do a little bee on the top, maybe you wanted to write your name or something, the letter B, but then the bottom bit didn't come out and it looked like a P, then you might think, oh no. But if you've done quite an abstract pattern, then if some bits don't come out perfectly, then it doesn't matter as much. So the abstract pattern I'm going to do now, so this is the one that I did before. I do like drawing leaves and patterns like that. So I might do lots of leaves in a row along mine. You can do whatever pattern you would like though. So I'm going to start drawing onto my watercolour paper, and I'm pressing down nice and hard with my candle wax. You'll notice that because it's white, you won't be able to see it very well on the paper. And so either hold it up to the light and you'll be able to get you'll be able to see the shininess of the wax, or I've got this really bright lamp which I'm going to use just because I can't move away from here else you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to use a bright lamp, or you can just do it almost totally blind. So you draw hoping that you get it in the right place, or if you've got really good eyesight you might be able to just see the wax on the paper. So I'm drawing my design now. You won't be able to see anything on the video right now because it'll all magically appear once we put the watercolour on. So I'm just drawing lots of leaf shapes. Okay, I've not tried out this design before, so let's see how it works. Okay, I'm going to do mine fairly quickly. You can take your time on it just because I just want you to get the impression of how we can do one of these wax resist paintings. Okay, I'm just looking back like this so that I can see the light reflecting from the wax. So I'm pressing down nice and hard. Okay, last couple of leaves. It may be that you don't want to do one as big as this because it depends on what you want to use your piece for. You might like to use your piece, I would encourage you just to experiment first and see how it turns out. You might like to use your piece as a picture for the wall or to give someone, or if you like, if you do a whole painting but then you only like a section of it, which is what happens to me sometimes, is that I just end up cutting out the section that I like, mounting it onto card, and you can use it as a really nice card for someone to say thank you or whatever you would like to say. So I'm just finishing off these leaves now. Okay, right, moment of truth. So I'm now going to get my larger paintbrush and I'm going to put a wash of watercolour over the top. So let's choose what colour we want. I'm going to start with some red. I'm going to add plenty of water to my watercolours. And what will happen is when I move my brush along the paper, the water simply rolls off the wax. So it means that any bits with wax on are left white. I'm just going to add a little bit more and hopefully you'll be able to start seeing it now on this video. You'll be able to start seeing the pattern coming through. I then want a little bit of purple, so I'm just going to mix some purple in my palette. I'm just gently going across. I don't want to scrape any of the wax off by accident. So I'm just blending it. If you did this with a paint like acrylic, for example, it wouldn't work just because it's not got that water, it's the water that the wax repels rather than the pigment. Okay, so acrylic paint wouldn't work for wax resist like this. Okay, I'm going to a blue and blending that into the purple. And then, oh, I don't know what to, I might go for some yellow. See how that works. It's like magic. It's like you paint over and then your pattern gets revealed. You do all the hard work at the start drawing it out, and then your pattern gets revealed afterwards. I'll just show you how it's going so far so you can see. Okay, that's what it's looking like. A bit more yellow on the bottom. Okie dokie. Right, once I'm happy with it, so I'm just blending up. Great. So once I'm happy, I'm then going to leave it to dry. And then it would be, after it's dried, you would peel off the masking tape. I'm going to peel off the masking tape now, just so you can see the effect that it makes. But the trouble with this is if the water, if your paint is still wet and contains the water, what will happen is the watercolour ink will just flow onto space that you want blank. So we will see how dry it is, but normally it would need a bit of a longer time. So I'm just peeling this away. You can see I'm peeling it away from my picture, just so it's less likely to actually rip the picture itself. Whereas if I peel it towards, then if the masking tape continues to stick, it might peel off some of your design. So I'm peeling it away from the paper. So I would leave this for now if you're able to. This I love peeling off the masking tape and getting that super neat finish. I find it really satisfying, a really nice part of the process. Okay, so it'll need to dry first, but here we have the finished piece. Okay, so we've used wax resist in this way, okay, to create patterns, but there are other ways that you can use wax resist as well. And one way that I'm going to show you is I'm just going to get a smaller piece this time, because I'm going to make a card out of it, okay? And I'm going to show how you might go about using wax to create the appearance of light or reflection. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you briefly how you would go about creating a balloon, okay, using the wax. So rather than drawing out the balloon with your wax, I'm just going to use the wax to create that little bit of light. You'll see what I mean more when you can see what I'm doing when I apply the paint. So what I'm doing is with my wax, I'm creating a little semicircle on the paper where I want my balloon to be. What I'm then doing is choosing what colour I want. So I think I'm going to go for this tealy blue. And I'm going to paint around the little U shape that I did in wax, and I'm going to create a balloon shape. I'm just going around, creating that shape. So I'm using quite a wide paintbrush for this section, but then for the knotted area, I'm going to use a thin paintbrush if you've got one. Okay, so you can see here, I painted over all of it, but this area here, because of the wax resist, because of the wax being hydrophobic, it repels the water with the colour in and it slides off. So I'm going to now just very carefully draw a really thin piece of string. Okay, so there's my first balloon. So I'm going to repeat this, and now you know what I'm doing, it might be a bit easier to follow along. So for my second balloon, again, I'm just going to do a little U shape. That's going to be the light reflecting from the side of the balloon. For this one, I might do, which colour? I don't know. I might do a purple. So you can use, if you've got a watercolour palette like this, you can use this area to mix in. So I've just added some red to my blue to make the purple that I want. And then I'm just going to paint my balloon here. Again, use a small paintbrush to do your little knotted area, and then really, really fine string. I'm hardly pressing down. Some bits might not even show on my paper. So really lightly. Okay. So here's the card so far. I may like to personalise it depending on who I'm giving it to. Another way that you can use light would be, say, in a seascape. So a picture of the sea where the light's reflecting on the water and you've got that gorgeous glistening effect. So it might be that the area that you want to do the sea, you use your wax to create those empty spaces, almost as if the light's reflecting and you've got that lovely, almost silvery white colour. So you could do that and then paint over in the blue, and then wherever you have used the wax, that area will repel the water and you'll be left with a blank area. Okay, so there's just a few ideas on how you might like to use your wax resist. And thank you so much for joining us today. I will see you next week, same time, 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. for our third Future Endeavours workshop. Thank you very much. Bye.